Tomel was a young human medic from Earth. He had short black hair, kind eyes, and always carried a small medical bag with him. After training for 3 years in the Galactic Health Program, he was finally chosen to serve on a special ship called the Galactic Unity Ship. This ship was no ordinary ship. It was as big as a city and floated between stars. It carried thousands of living beings from different planets, each one with their own body shape, food, language, and way of living. Some walked, some floated, some even crawled. Tomel's job on the ship was to perform basic health checkups. He had done hundreds of checkups on Earth, but this was very different. These patients were not human. He was excited, but also a little scared. "This will be fun," Tomel told himself. "Just treat every being with care and respect." On his first day, he wore his new space uniform and walked into the medical room 4B. The room was clean and bright, with a soft blue floor. Strange machines stood against the walls, and a translator orb floated near the ceiling to help with alien languages. Tomel took a deep breath. "I'm ready." The door slid open. His first patient entered. It was a tall being with a glass-like body and thin glowing lines running through it. The translator orb spoke. "Hello, doctor. I am Viri from the planet Solon, ready for checkup." Tomel smiled and gently used his scanner. Viri was calm. The checkup went well. His next patient had wings. The one after that had 4 eyes and no nose. But Tomel stayed calm, polite, and did his work carefully. Each being thanked him before leaving. Then came a new patient. This one looked different. It was soft and jelly-like, with a round body that wobbled as it moved. Its color changed slowly from blue to green to purple. The translator orb said, "Greetings. I am Ziri from planet Nalora. I am water-based. Checkup required." Tomel nodded. "Welcome, Ziri. Please sit or float, whichever is comfortable." Ziri floated a little above the seat. A soft light glowed from inside its body. Tomel looked at his scanner, then moved closer to begin. He used his fingers to gently touch one side of Ziri's body. But the moment his hand touched the jelly surface, Ziri made a high-pitched sound. "Ah! Too strong! Too rough!" Ziri said, quickly. Tomel pulled his hand back. "Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt you?" Ziri wobbled more. "Not pain, but you make me wet. When touched like that, my body releases water. Very uncomfortable." Tomel looked down. Yes, the floor beneath. Ziri was now slippery. A small puddle had formed. "I'm very sorry," Tomel said again, stepping back. Ziri made a bubbling sound, which the translator orb turned into words. "Human, your checkup method is all wrong. It makes me wet. Use softer touch, not hands." Tomel felt embarrassed. He had never learned how to check a jelly-like alien before. He didn't mean to upset Ziri. He quickly took a small scanner from his bag. It used light and sound instead of touch. "Let me try this instead," he said. Ziri waited. Tomel held the scanner a little above Ziri's body and waved it slowly. A soft blue light passed over the jelly-like surface. The machine beeped once and showed the result. Body temperature, normal. Internal flow, stable. No signs of sickness. Tomel smiled. "You are healthy." Ziri's body turned a soft green color. The translator said, "Better. Thank you, human." Ziri floated out of the room, leaving only a small wet trail behind. Tomel cleaned the floor and sat down. He looked at his hand, then at the scanner. "I need to do better," he whispered. "Not every species wants to be touched. Some feel pain. Some feel strange. I must learn more ways." He opened his tablet and started reading a guide. Medical. Rules for water-based life forms. It said, avoid direct hand contact, do not press, poke, or squeeze. Use gentle scanners or soft air sensors. Be calm and slow. Tomel sighed. This will be harder than I thought. Later that day, he met another doctor on the ship. She was a human, too, older than Tomil. Her name was Dr. Hema. "How was your first day?" she asked. Tomil told her about Ziri. Dr. Hema laughed, gently. "You learned something important. Our hands are useful, but not always welcome. Aliens are not like humans. What feels normal to us may feel terrible to them." Tomil nodded. "I'll study more tonight." "That's the right spirit," she said. "You'll become a great galactic medic if you keep learning." That night, Tomil sat in his small room on the ship. He looked out the window at the stars. "I didn't fight a battle today," he thought. "I didn't fly a ship, but I did meet a being from another world. And I made a mistake. But I learned from it." He smiled. "Tomorrow, I'll do better." The next morning, Tomil woke up early. He washed his face, wore his clean uniform, and checked his medical tools. He also carried the soft light scanner that worked well with Ziri the day before. He didn't want to repeat the same mistake. He walked to the medical room and smiled. "Day 2. Be careful, be kind, be smart," he whispered to himself. Soon the door opened, and different alien patients came in one by one. Tomil met a small creature named Nolo who had feathers instead of skin. Nolo sneezed little sparks when he was nervous. Tomil used a cool air scanner for Nolo, and the checkup went well. Then came Tornak, a strong metal-skinned alien. Tomil used a heat scanner to check inside Tornak's thick body without touching him. Again, success. Tomil was proud. He was learning fast. After 3 more checkups, the door opened again. A soft gurgling sound filled the room. Floating gently through the door was Ziri. Tomil stood up quickly. "Hello, Ziri. Nice to see you again." Ziri's jelly-like body changed from blue to light green. The translator orb above said, "Greetings. I came to thank you. My friends heard about your soft checkup method. They wish to try." Tomil blinked. "Your friends?" Behind Ziri, 4 more jelly-like aliens entered the room. Each one floated slowly and left tiny drops of water behind. "This is Numa, Rilu, Hessa, and Mook," said Ziri. "They are also from Nilora. Please treat them gently." Tomil smiled politely. "Of course. I'll do my best." One by one, the water-based aliens floated forward. Tomil used the gentle light scanner and spoke softly to each of them. He made sure not to touch them. He used kind words and moved slowly. The scanner beeped softly after every scan, showing healthy signs. Numa made a sound like bubbles popping. The translator said, "So soft. No leaks. This is much better." Rilu's color turned yellow-green, which the guidebook said meant happy. After all 4 were done, Ziri floated closer again. "You are learning fast, human. We are thankful. But may I ask a question?" Tomil nodded. "Yes, of course," Ziri said. "Why do humans like to touch so much? Hands here, hands there. Press, pat, poke. It is strange to us." Tomil thought for a moment. "Maybe it's because we grew up on a planet where touching is normal. We shake hands when we meet. We check health with hands. We comfort each other with hugs." Ziri replied, "On Nilora, touch is rare. It means deep trust or danger. That is why it felt too strong." Tomil nodded slowly. "Thank you, Ziri. That helps me understand." Just then, another patient entered. This one was not from Nilora. It was large and round with dark eyes and fur like a big, soft ball. Tomil looked at the tablet. The name was Gruf, from planet Buma. Tomil greeted him. "Hello, Gruf. Please come in." Gruf walked in and sat on the round seat. He looked nervous. "I heard you are the kind human doctor," Gruf said in a slow, deep voice. "Please check my heart. I feel something odd." Tomil nodded and reached for his scanner. But Gruf leaned forward. "You can use your hands if you want. I like the warmth. Makes me feel calm." Tomil smiled. Not all aliens disliked touch. Some, like Groof, found it comforting. He gently placed 2 fingers on Groof's chest and waited. Groof made a soft humming sound. The translator orb said, "That's good. You have gentle hands." The scanner beeped. "No problem with your heart," said Tomil. "Maybe you just need rest." Groof stood up, feeling better. "Thank you, kind one." After Gruff left, Ziri turned to Tomil. "You understand balance. That is rare in space." Tomil smiled again. "I'm trying." Before the day ended, Dr. Hema came into the room. She looked around at the soft, glowing lights, dry floor, and calm alien faces. "You've made changes," she said with a small smile. Tomil nodded. "Yes, I learned that different bodies need different methods. Touch is not always the best." Dr. Hema nodded. "Good work, Tomil. This ship needs more doctors like you." Later, as Tomil walked back to his room, he felt tired but happy. The hallway was quiet. Stars shone through the ship's long windows. His tablet beeped softly. A message from the ship's medical AI. Human medical report. Day 2, 12 patients. 12 successful checkups. 0 complaints. Tomil smiled. "I didn't do anything big today," he thought. "No surgeries, no machines fixed, no hero work. But I made people feel safe. I listened. I learned." As he entered his room, he looked at his scanner, his notes, and his hands. "Maybe these hands are useful," he whispered, "but sometimes not using them is even better." The next day, Tomil sat in the medical library on the Galactic Unity ship. The room was quiet, full of soft lights and glowing screens. It was a peaceful place where doctors, nurses, and researchers came to learn. Tomil held a tablet in his hand. On the screen was a large title, Guide to Alien Body Types, Volume 1. He had decided to study more. After meeting Ziri and the other jelly-like patients, he understood that being a doctor on a spaceship meant more than just knowing human medicine. Every alien species had a different body, a different way of feeling, and a different meaning of comfort. As he read, he made notes in his notebook. Nelora beings, soft body, water-based, dislike touch. Booma beings, like Groof. Furry body, like warm contact feathered beings, like Nolo. Sensitive to cold, sneeze sparks, metal body. Types heavy and heat-sensitive, there were over 350 species on the ship. Tomil had only seen about 15 so far. He scratched his head. "I have a lot to learn," he whispered. Just then, Dr. Hema walked into the library. She saw Tomil and came over. "Studying again?" she asked with a kind smile. Tomil nodded. "Yes, I want to give every patient the right kind of checkup." Dr. Hema sat beside him. "That's good. Most doctors just follow the main rules, but real care comes from understanding the small things." Tomil showed her his notebook. "I've started writing special methods for each body type. What scanner to use, what not to touch, what makes them feel safe." Dr. Hema looked impressed. "Very smart. You're turning your mistake with Ziri into something useful." Tomil smiled shyly. "I just want to be ready." Later that day, Tomil was back in the medical room. He had changed the room a little. There were 3 different chairs now, one soft and warm, one cool and smooth, and one that floated slightly for those who couldn't sit. The lights were dim and could change colors. He even added a gentle music player that played soft space sounds to relax the patients. His first patient was a floating round creature from Coro 9. It had one big eye and soft wings. "Hello, I am Beak," the creature said through the translator. "I get dizzy sometimes." Tomil welcomed Beak and offered the floating chair. Beak smiled by making its wings flutter and sat. Tomil remembered from his studies that Coro 9 creatures had light bones and were sensitive to sound. He turned off the music player and used a silent pulse scanner, then checked Beak's airflow pattern. After the checkup, Beak said, "This was very gentle. I will tell my nest friends." The next few hours were busy. Tomil met a thin being made of crystal, a plant-based patient with green skin and small flowers growing on its back, and a pair of twins who shared one body. He used light, air, warmth, or even scent-based scanning tools depending on the patient's needs. He didn't touch unless asked. And when he spoke, his voice stayed calm and slow. Soon, patients began leaving notes on the feedback screen. Human doctor understands soft. No pain, no fear. Very kind. Please teach others to do the same. Tomil felt proud, but he knew he still had more to learn. At lunch, he sat with Ziri in the floating cafe. Instead of chairs, the area had floating pads that could support different body types. Ziri's color was a soft purple today. You are learning fast, Tomil, Ziri said. Tomil smiled. Thank you, but I still need help. There are too many kinds of bodies, too many ways of feeling pain. Ziri made a bubbly laugh. That is what makes space beautiful. We are different, but we can still care for each other. Tomil looked out the window at the stars. Do you ever get afraid, Ziri? He asked. You travel so far from home. Ziri floated gently. I was afraid at first, but now I know there are kind beings in space, like you. Tomil felt warm inside. Back in his room, Tomil opened a new file on his tablet. Tomil's Soft Care Guide for New Doctors. He began writing short notes and ideas, hoping that one day other young human medics could learn from his experience. Do not guess. Always ask. Touch only if the patient wants. Every species has their own comfort. Sometimes soft words are better than tools. Respect every body type. He saved the file and looked at his small scanner. It had become his most important tool, not because it was powerful, but because it was gentle. Then his tablet beeped. A message from the ship's chief medical director. We have reviewed your patient feedback. You are doing excellent work. Would you like to assist in training other human medics in soft contact methods next month? Tomil smiled wide. Yes, he typed back. I'd be happy to help. That night, Tomil looked at the stars again. He didn't feel nervous anymore. He felt ready. He had come into space to help others, and now he was doing just that, by listening, learning, and caring gently. His journey was just beginning. Tomil stood in front of a group of young human medics. They sat inside Training Room 6A, a wide space on the Galactic Unity ship, filled with soft chairs, practice beds, and different medical tools. The walls had large screens showing videos of alien bodies and safe checkup methods. Tomil held a small scanner in his hand, the same one he had used for Ziri during their first meeting. He looked at the group. Some were nervous, others looked curious. Tomil smiled gently. Welcome, he said. Today we are not going to talk about machines or medicines. We are going to talk about something more important. Soft care. One of the trainees raised a hand. What is soft care, sir? Tomil replied. Soft care means understanding that not every body is like ours. It means learning how to help someone without hurting them, even by mistake. He looked at his scanner. Sometimes using this, he said, is better than using your hands. The group listened closely. After the short talk, Tomil showed them a video of his checkup with Ziri. It showed how his hand caused a water release and how the jelly-like alien became uncomfortable. Then the screen showed Tomil using the light scanner from a short distance, gently waving it over Ziri's body. Ziri's color changed to green, meaning comfort and peace. Tomil paused the video. That day I learned something, he said. Touch is not always helpful, and sometimes even silence is better than noise. The group wrote notes and asked questions. Do some aliens like being touched? One trainee asked. Yes, Tomil nodded. Some, like Groof from Booma, feel comfort in warm contact, but others, like Nelorans, dislike it. Another trainee asked, What if we're not sure what to do? Tomil smiled. Then we ask. It is better to ask than to assume. Later that day, Tomil returned to his medical room. He checked his schedule. There was a new patient listed, species, Nellaran. Name, Ree. He smiled. Another jelly friend. When the door opened, a small light blue jelly creature floated in. It was even smaller than Ziri. The translator orb said, "Hello, I am Ree. First time here, a little nervous." Tomil stood up kindly. "Welcome, Ree. You're safe here." Ree floated carefully to the middle of the room. "You are the soft human, yes?" Tomil laughed gently. "I try to be." Ree's color stayed blue. Tomil remembered that for Nellarans, blue meant shy or unsure. He lowered the lights slightly and turned on soft music. "I'll use a gentle scan. It won't touch you," he explained. Ree nodded slowly. Tomil moved the scanner softly above Ree's surface. It beeped lightly, showing everything was healthy. "You are doing very well," Tomil said. After the scan, Ree's body changed to light green. "Thank you, doctor." "That was peaceful. I was scared at first, but now I feel calm." Tomil nodded. "I'm glad, and next time you'll feel even better." Ree floated happily out of the room. As the week continued, more aliens started visiting Tomil's clinic. Some came because they had heard about the soft doctor. Others came because they had been hurt in the past by rough checkups. Tomil never rushed. He always greeted his patients by name. He asked for permission before doing anything. He used tools that were gentle, soft air, light, sound, or warmth. He even created a custom scanning glove that worked like a feather. It gave information through light touch, but didn't press or squeeze. Ziri visited again and saw the glove. "This is good. Softer than your real hand," Ziri said. Tomil laughed. "Yes, I made it for patients like you." Ziri replied, "Soon, all doctors will use this. You are starting something new." One day, Tomil was invited to give a talk to the Galactic Medical Council, a group of doctors and scientists from all around the galaxy. It was a big event, and Tomil felt nervous. But he knew what to say. On stage, he spoke calmly. Being a doctor is not only about science or knowledge. It's also about feeling. Some beings do not speak with words. Their bodies show their emotions, their colors, their sounds, even their silence. We must learn to listen. He showed pictures of his different patients, Ziri, Groof, Beak, Ree, and explained how each needed a different kind of care. "Let us not be fast. Let us not be hard. Let us be soft," he said. At the end of his talk, many doctors clapped, some with hands, some with wings, some with light signals. The next day, Tomil received a message on his tablet. Soft scan method added to Galactic Medical Guide. Credit, Dr. Tomil, human. Tomil stared at the message for a while. A big smile grew on his face. That evening, he met Ziri again in the floating garden. The air was calm and glowing plants moved slowly in the breeze. Ziri floated beside him. "You are no longer just a ship doctor. You are now a teacher." Tomil nodded. "But I still learn every day." Ziri made a soft humming sound. "That's why you're good. Because you listen. Because you care." Tomil looked up at the stars. "I didn't become a hero with big machines or weapons. I didn't save the galaxy. But I did one thing right." He looked down at his hand. "I learned when not to use this." Each morning, the waiting area outside his door was filled with alien beings from across the galaxy. Some floated. Some stood tall. Some made soft noises, while others glowed in patterns to talk. The sign above his door now read, "Dr. Tomil, Soft Touch Clinic." But there were no actual touches inside. Instead, Tomil used soft scan tools, warm light machines, and air-based testers. He had become famous on the Galactic Unity ship for offering checkups that were gentle, calm, and respectful. He greeted each patient with a warm smile and a simple question. Would you like light, sound, or warmth today? Every being had a choice, and they appreciated that. That morning, the first patient was Liko, a wide-eyed alien with petals growing from its head. Liko was from Flora 7, a planet where life was half plant and half animal. Liko spoke through scent. The translator orb read the scent and spoke aloud. Dr. Tomil, my petals are weak. I feel dry. Tomil gave Liko a seat near a moisture lamp, which gave light and soft mist at the same time. He scanned Liko from a distance using a color-sensitive lens. After a few moments, he smiled. You're just low on sun energy. The lamp will help. Also, drink more glow water. Liko gave off a sweet-smelling scent. You understand. Thank you, soft doctor. Next was Frul, a creature with 6 tiny arms and large ears. Frul had been scared of medical rooms since childhood. Tomil didn't rush. He let Frul explore the scanner with his own hands. Frul even laughed a little when the light blinked softly. After the scan, Frul whispered, "This is the first time I wasn't scared." Tomil gently nodded. You were brave. Day by day, the line of patients grew longer. Even aliens who didn't need a checkup came by just to observe Tomil's soft methods. Some called it the human way of healing without fear. Other doctors began to notice. One day, Dr. Kelm, a senior alien medic from the Trivon species, entered Tomil's room with crossed arms. Trivons had tall necks, cold eyes, and a strict voice. I heard your clinic is popular, Dr. Kelm said. Tomil stood and greeted him politely. Yes, many come. I try my best. Kelm looked around, at the floating chairs, the soft lights, the music player, and the colorful scanners. This is too slow. Too soft. Real doctors work fast, Kelm said. Tomil replied kindly. Some patients need speed. Others need care. Both are important. Kelm frowned. Feelings don't heal wounds. Tomil didn't argue. Instead, he said, Would you like to sit and watch one checkup? Kelm crossed his arms again. Fine. 1. A new patient arrived. A small, round creature named Peeb. Peeb was from a silent moon and could not speak. It communicated through small pulses of light. Peeb looked afraid. It shook slightly as it entered. Tomil smiled. No hurry. You are safe. He adjusted the light in the room, making it softer. He showed Peeb the scanner and waited for a light pulse of agreement. Peeb slowly pulsed a soft green light. Tomil gently moved the scanner from a small distance. The screen showed normal results. No sickness, Tomil said softly. You are healthy. Peeb glowed bright yellow, meaning joy. It spun once in the air and left the room calmly. Kelm said nothing for a moment. Then he spoke quietly. That being was afraid. You helped it feel safe. Tomil nodded. That's what healing is. Kelm left without another word. Later that week, Tomil received a call from the Galactic Health Center. A message appeared on his tablet. Dr. Tomil, would you be willing to train medics on 3 other ships through hologram sessions? Tomil blinked in surprise. He had never trained people beyond this ship before. He smiled and replied, Yes, I will teach soft care to anyone who wants to learn. Soon, every evening, Tomil gave hologram lessons to new medics across the galaxy. He taught how to scan without touching, how to read color signals, how to recognize fear, and most of all, how to listen. He repeated one simple sentence at the start of every lesson. You do not need strong hands to be a strong doctor. Many listened. Some learned. Some were slow to change. But little by little, the idea of soft care spread through space. One evening, while resting in the garden room, Tomil saw Ziri again. The jelly-like alien floated beside him, glowing soft, green. I saw your lesson today, Ziri said. You're famous now. Tomil chuckled. I didn't want to be famous. I just wanted to help. Ziri replied, You helped me, and now you're helping many. Tomil looked up at the stars above the glass dome. I used to think being a hero meant doing something big, but now I think being kind is even bigger. Ziri floated in silence for a moment, then said, I'm glad you touched the galaxy without using your hands. The days on the Galactic Unity ship had become peaceful. Dr. Tommel's clinic was calm, even though it was always full. He now had 3 helpers, young medics who were learning his soft care method. Tommel taught them to listen first, touch last, and always ask before scanning. Every patient left his room feeling better, not just in body, but in heart too. But one morning, something strange happened. Ziri floated into the clinic early. Its jelly-like body was pale and shaky. It was not glowing like before. Its color was light gray, a color Tommel had never seen before. Ziri, Tommel said with worry, are you feeling sick? The translator orb floated above and said Ziri's weak voice, Yes, very tired, can't hold shape. Tommel quickly helped Ziri onto the floating chair. He used the soft scanner, but the screen showed no clear results. Your body pressure is low, but there is no infection, Tommel said, confused. Ziri shivered. Other Nelorans are sick too. Same signs, weak, no glow, very wet. Tommel's eyes widened. This could be serious. Later that day, 3 more Nelorans arrived, each in worse condition than the last. Their bodies were soft but unstable. They couldn't hold their normal floating position and kept releasing water onto the floor. Tommel scanned them all but still found nothing dangerous. This doesn't make sense, he said. He sent messages to other doctors on the ship. Soon, Dr. Hema and Dr. Kelm came to help. Dr. Hema looked concerned. This is spreading among only Nelorans? Tommel nodded. Yes, all have the same problem, but the scanners show normal results. Dr. Kelm added, We need to act fast. If we can't find the problem, it may spread to more. That evening, Tommel stayed in the lab alone. He looked over every scan, every reading. He read medical files about water-based species, especially Nelorans. But the answer was still missing. Then he remembered something from his early studies. There was a note in an old guidebook. Some Neloran sicknesses do not show up in regular light. Their jelly bodies can hide tiny parasites, which only appear when scanned using sound and glow reaction. Tommel jumped from his seat. That's it! He ran to the equipment room and found an old sound glow scanner. It had been left unused for years. Early next morning, Ziri returned, even weaker than before. I found something that may help, Tommel said gently. It will not hurt. Just sound and light. Ziri gave a small nod. Tommel turned on the machine. A soft humming sound filled the room, and blue glow washed over Ziri's body. Then, small dark spots appeared inside Ziri's jelly-like form. Tiny, moving shadows. Tommel gasped. Parasites! Hidden deep inside! He quickly scanned the other sick Nelorans. Each one had the same tiny creatures inside them. We found it, Tommel whispered. Now we can treat it. With the help of Doctors Hema and Kelm, Tommel created a safe treatment. It used vibration therapy, a low musical sound that shook the parasites loose without harming the Neloran body. Ziri and the others floated in the special chamber while soft notes played. One by one, the dark spots disappeared. Their colors slowly returned, green, blue, purple, alive and bright. Ziri looked at Tommel. I feel strong again, Tommel smiled. You're healing, and soon the others will too. The news spread, quickly, through the ship. The soft clinic had not only treated the illness, it had discovered it when others could not. The Galactic Health Board sent a message. Your method of gentle care led to a breakthrough. Your sound light scanner saved lives. You are not just a kind doctor, you are a great one. Tommel felt both proud and humble. He didn't do it alone. He had listened, watched, and remembered what others forgot. Dr. Kelm visited Tommel later that day. "I was wrong," Kelm said. "Soft care is not weak. It is wise. You found what machines missed." Tommel replied kindly, "We all want to help. We just use different paths." Kelm nodded. "From now on, I will teach soft care too." That night, the sick Nellarans gathered in the garden room. The air was filled with soft light. Ziri floated in the middle and called Tommel forward. "Dr. Tommel," Ziri said, "you used no sharp tools, no strong hands, no loud voices. You found the hidden pain and healed it." The others floated around him, glowing in different colors: yellow, green, blue, violet, all peaceful. "You are now known as the gentle healer of stars." Tommel bowed his head. "I'm just someone who listens." As the night grew quiet, Tommel walked alone in the hallway. He looked at his scanner, the one he used when everything began. It was old now, but still useful. He thought about all the beings he had met. Each one different. Each one needing care in their own way, and he had helped them, not by being strong or fast, but by being soft, kind, and thoughtful. He smiled to himself. Sometimes, healing begins not with hands, but with the heart. Tommel stood quietly inside the garden dome of the Galactic Unity ship. The stars above were bright. The air was filled with soft sounds, wind blowing gently, leaves rustling, and water flowing in small channels. Ziri floated near him, now fully healed, glowing in a calm green-blue light. "You have helped us more than we can ever say," Ziri said softly. Tommel smiled. "You helped me too. I've learned many things from you, about care, about feeling." Ziri's body shimmered. "Others want to learn your ways. The soft method has changed how beings see healing. Even Dr. Kelm now teaches it." Tommel felt a warm feeling in his chest. He had not expected this when he first came to space. He only wanted to help others, but now his way of healing had become something bigger. Later that day, Captain Fenra, the leader of the Galactic Unity ship, called Tommel to the main bridge. "Dr. Tommel," the captain said, "we have received messages from 6 different planets. They want to speak to you directly." Tommel was surprised. "Why me?" "You helped stop a spreading illness. You changed how many see medicine. They want to know more." Tommel nodded slowly. "I will speak, but I don't need praise. I only want to share the method," the captain smiled. "That is why they respect you." Soon, a large round room was prepared. Screens floated in the air, each showing the face of a leader or healer from another world. From the watery world of Learn, a bubble-voiced medic said, "We heard of your soft care. It saved Nellarans. Can it help other water species too?" Tommel replied, "Yes. Begin by listening, not just to their words, but to their feelings. Do not rush. Use gentle scans, give time, ask before you touch." A healer from the desert planet of Kiso asked, "What if our people don't believe in soft methods? They think strong action means better healing." Tommel answered, "Then show them. One patient at a time. Let results speak. Let peace grow through care." One by one, they asked questions, and Tommel answered in the same calm, kind way he always used. When the talk ended, the screen from Earth turned on. It was the Global Medical Council from Earth. "Dr. Tommel," the speaker said, "we have watched your journey. You went into space not as a hero, but as a healer. You used no force, only understanding. We are proud." Tommel's voice was quiet but steady. "Thank you. I only did what I thought was right." "We want you to return to Earth," the speaker said. and bring your knowledge. Teach others. Let Earth learn from your way." Tomil was silent for a moment. He looked at the stars beyond the window. So many lives, so many beings, all different, all important. Then he said, "I will return, but only after I finish my work here." Over. The next weeks, Tomil visited different parts of the ship. He showed other doctors how to use soft scanners. He taught them how to wait, how to listen, how to see the small signs before big problems came. He created small guidebooks in many languages. Each book had the same message. The patient is not just a body. They are a story. Listen first. Ziri helped, too. It shared stories of how it felt before and after treatment. Others listened, others learned, and slowly, the galactic unity ship changed. The medical bay became quiet and peaceful. Patients no longer feared scans. Some even came early, just to speak, just to feel seen. Tomil watched with quiet joy. Finally, the day came to return to Earth. The whole ship gathered in the grand hall. There were lights, songs, and words of thanks. In 100 languages, Captain Fenra stepped forward and said, "Dr. Tomil, you have left a mark on this ship that will never fade. You came with soft hands and gave strong hope." Ziri floated forward and added, "You are no longer just a doctor. You are a bridge between hearts." Tomil felt his eyes grow wet, not from sadness, but from deep joy. "I will carry you all with me," he said. The ship flew toward Earth. Inside his room, Tomil wrote a message. It was short but powerful. Care does not need to be loud. Healing does not need to be hard. The strongest tool is kindness. The greatest medicine is respect. He pressed send. The message would be shared across all ships, all worlds, all stations. When Tomil reached Earth, a group of young students waited. They were eager to learn. "Will you teach us the soft care?" one asked. Tomil smiled. "I will teach you what I learned out there, and I will learn from you, too." He opened his old scanner, now fixed and shining. "This helped me in space," he said. But what truly helped was listening. As the sun rose over the Earth, Tomil stood outside the medical center. He looked up at the sky, where stars still shone. He whispered to himself, even in the farthest parts of space, kindness has power. And with that, he walked inside, ready to teach, ready to heal, ready to begin again.